Very impressive piece of filmmaking, very polished. It looks like a completely features cinema type of experience, and I can only imagine that the filmmaker probably does long form films, features. The editing, the soundtrack, the performances, all of it, the lighting, the cinematography is fantastic. So, really, really impressive piece of work, and I kind of want to know what happens next. It's a real good cliffhanger.
Yeah, this one's beautiful. It's shot incredibly well. I felt like I was watching like a medium to high budget feature film. So I give the cinematographer so much credit for this, and also the director. I love the kind of the switching back and forth to the full on like red wolf shots. I felt like that was very very evocative and powerful, and it just kind of is an example of those interesting choices that are easier to make in short films, and I feel like the director did a great job at kind of exploring or taking like larger swings at concepts and symbols and metaphors that more feature-length films aren't able to make. So great job, really like.
Such high production quality. The camera work was just beautiful and artistic. The actors were really incredible, and the main character becoming more and more unhinged as it went on. And we don't know too much about his personal life, but clearly the lines between his personal life and his job are getting very, very blurry. And that paired with the really beautiful footage of the wolf, but then the very visceral close-up shots of him eating his prey was just, it was a lot. But I really enjoyed like the graphic nature of it, kind of cut in between the scenes. I thought it was
really intriguing how they did intercut with the wolf into the storyline, and how the wolf was always like in kind of like the all red coloring, that every scene with the wolf was all red. I thought that was really interesting to kind of cut like the wolf doing like kind of wolf hunter things, is what I kind of gleaned from the shots that they chose in with the rest of the film, because it kind of lent itself to show that like the detective was trying to like hunt down like this person and then like try and save the girl and all these different things. So I thought intercutting those was really interesting.
This one was pretty good. It did a lot of things well. It stayed away from a lot of these sort of werewolf tropes that we're kind of used to. Didn't show the transformation at all. Stayed away from using CGI, which I thought was kind of refreshing. There was a lot of good visual storytelling here, a lot of motivated camera movement, which is to say the cinematography was really good and the direction was really good.
This one was amazing. The performances were astounding. I really liked it. I think the intensity of the characters and the performances really add value to the story, and actually the story was quite relevant and real and updated, I think, and it was like quite intriguing. I really liked that part of watching this film, and it was like very well accompanied by the music. It was a great experience.
This was really intense. I thought it was very well presented. The music helped to amp up that intensity. You could sense the frustration from the cops, and what they have to deal with in trying to get convictions and even, keep these people locked up when they arrest them. So I thought it was well presented to give all these different sides of things, and how that frustration can boil over into possibly doing illegal activities to try to get these people off the streets or convict them. So I thought it was really well done.
I like the start credits and the close-ups of the coffee cups during the start credits. There was also a really clever scene where the radio was used to narrate what Mark was feeling about the case, which I thought was clever. I thought the story was gripping and remained a mystery until the end, and usually that would drive me nuts, not to have a resolution, but somehow Lycanthropy pulled it off for me. The actors did a really great job within their roles, and the costumes and overall landscape were really believable.
Right, but Alexander, you have outdone yourself, and I mean really the rest of the crew as well. I was thoroughly impressed with this film. I think one of my favorite parts was the color palette. I think that these like harsh cold blue tones really just showcase the mood and tone of the entire piece. And I also think it really clashed with this warmer red tone with the like little Easter eggs of the wolf. And on that note, I think that that was just a brilliant motif to kind of showcase these rationalizations that the human mind makes in this dog-eat-dog world. And I mean, really, just the entire film was just predator versus prey and vice versa. So it really just played on that metaphor, and I think it did it really nicely. Last thing I want to say, but certainly not the least, is that I just think you did a really good job of choosing when to go handheld, choosing when to go steady, and you just had really good coverage throughout. I wanted to keep seeing more and more, and I think the ending, the way you chose to have it as a new beginning, was just brilliant, because I was in it, and I just want to know what happens. So just really, really nice film.